Greetings in the name of Yahuwah and His Son Yahusha Mashiach. My name is Malak Shalomo. Today is the 20th of September 2024. It's 12:39 p.m. Eastern Time. Excuse me. And right now I'm in a bowling green strategy reversal here. My entry is at 57, 60, 50. And let me just point out something real quick or just clarify something here. So because of circumstances beyond my control, right? So I had some surgeries and stuff like that. So I had to stay home from work. And when I had to, because staying home from work, I had to file for medical leave. And I haven't got paid since probably the middle of July, right? So I'm actually losing subscription by subscription day by day, right? Because I have to cut back on my finances and stuff. So I don't have any bookmap subscription anymore. And today I've lost the premium on TradingView. So what that means is that I could only have one indicator at a time, right? So what I'm doing is for my strategy, I'm using pivots, right? Which I have this pivot indicator here, right? Right from Pivot Boss. So I have a golden pivot zone here, right? That's Camarilla S3. That's central floor pivot right there, right? Central floor pivot is at 57.55, right? So what I'm doing is on a PC or my laptop, when I open this, I could only have one one chart at a time, right? But on my phone, I could actually have another chart. So what I'm doing is I'm having the same chart on my phone, which could show me the VWAP bands, right? So the VWAP, the lower deviation was somewhere around 55, 57, 58. So the break above it was 57, 59, right? So that's my bowling green strategy where I could get the reversal entry is supposed to be at 57, 59. So what I'm going to do is this here so I could show that. Save as default. And then I'm going to go over here. We're going to throw on VWAP. I should have done that before. Okay, let me take that off. Then I'm going to throw on VWAP. All right, so I'm setting this up here for, excuse me, for the open at 9:30, anchor at 9:30. So usually I have this in yellow, but since I only have one now, I could have it, the top upper deviation is red, lower deviation is green, right? And I could only have one of these at a time. So this now is going to show you where this entry was supposed to be from. Actually, it's showing 57.46. Why is this different on my phone? All right, so maybe I did not. Yep, I didn't anchor this properly on my phone. Right. So what actually happened here is on my phone, I forgot to update the date of the anchoring. So it was anchored from yesterday's open, right? So that showed this lower deviation was at 57.58, which was wrong. So what my bowling green strategy was supposed to enter all the way down here, right? So I wasn't in front my laptop at this time. I just got to the laptop there. So what's actually happening here is I'm taking a breakout of the upper deviation. So this is not a bowling green strategy, right? So I gotta be cautious now that I'm narrating this stuff and showing you why my charts are cleaner now because I can't have so much indicators. This is not a bowling green strategy. This is like this is not a strategy of mine at all, right? So my entry was supposed to be at right here, this break above the first lower deviation, which was roughly 57. Let me just go back over here. This entry was supposed to be around 57.45.75, right? So I would have been in major profit if I had taken my bowling green at this time. But I wasn't home at this time, so had some doctor's appointments, so just came back here. And now this is this is kind of so this is tricky. This could reverse here where the second upper deviation is supposed to be somewhere up here. So let me just do this real quick. And it's going to show the second deviation if I multiply it by 2. So right now we're running into the second upper deviation, which is supposed to create resistance at 57.66. So right now I got to think about taking profit here at 57.66 because this is a second upper deviation where we usually get these rejections and reversals, right? So you see from here the reversal from the first lower deviation, nice and clean. Well, this is the second lower deviation. If I go back here and I change it back to 1, right? So that breakout is nice and clean. We had the nice build up between first and second lower deviation. If I go back and I do this, right, go back to second deviation, you could see we had probably a nice little auction in between there. And even if you go up to the third upper deviation or lower deviation, you could see that we hit that exactly and had that reversal build from there, right? So now that I'm looking at taking profit, I gotta look at the second deviations here. So this is still VWAP. Gotta look at the second deviation and possibly think about exiting this trade now. Because this is supposed to be like a take profit area from the reversal, the bowling green reversal. This is supposed to be a take profit area. So I'm watching this right now to see if we're gonna get that rejection there. So it was actually a good idea. I decided to narrate this video, this live trade. So that's the trade there on Ninja. Entry at 57.60.50. See, we're hitting that second upper deviation there. Let me make this bigger. So you could see why I have this as a take profit area. See, we're starting to get these wick rejections here. So what I'm going to do is this. I'm going to go to break even because this is my strategy anymore. Right? I thought it was the bowling green, but it's not. So that was because on my phone I didn't change the date of the anchored VWAP, which was supposed to be from the RTH session today, which is here. It was anchored from the day before. So I'm glad I actually started narrating this video. So actually explaining it to you kind of explained it to me as well that there's something wrong, right? So break even here at 57.61, just above 57.60.50 is the entry. Right now I'm 3.4 points in profit. Where should I exit? 57.63 maybe, the breakdown of this candle right here. Right, so maybe the base of this candle if we lose it. Because we're starting to get that rejection up there at this second upper deviation here. And it's not really showing signs of increase in volume, right? We have drop in volume as we ascend. We have these wicks at the top here. It's looking like it wants to fail. All right, so this is what I'm gonna do, right? So I'm gonna take my 5 micros. I'm gonna put the stop at 57.63. And we're gonna hope for the best right there. Right? So if it does continue, we end up in a trend day, then that's great. It's not a bowling green strategy. This is not my strategy. It was a mistake entry, thinking my lower deviation here was up here when it was not. So this is actually at the take profit level. So let's see if it's let's see if it's gonna end up breaking above this level. And if it does break above this level, then I have to up the deviation to the third deviation to see where we could possibly have resistance, which is up here at 57.73 currently. So it's looking like it wants to take off. We have some volume coming in there a little bit. Right, this volume is coming in here a little bit, kind of breaking above this prior volume. That volume is getting a little bigger. We see movement in the candle heading to the upside, so we might get to 57.73, right, to get to this resistance zone here. Because as of now, it's looking like we're breaking above the second deviation, and I'm gonna have to go down here, do this, drop back to second deviation. So right, so we're running up on that right now. So let's see what's the base here, 57.65, and I want to trail it up to 57.64. 57.64. Right. So let's secure that right there. We had to take profit level for the bowling green strategy, but this isn't the bowling green, so we're late to the trade. So we're looking to catch a break above this second upper deviation. When we do get that breakout, I'm going to change it over to this third deviation here, which is going to be the red line up here. So let's see if we're going to get to that. All right, so going back to the second deviation, and let's see if we break above. All right, so it's looking good. Still, my concern here is the volume. That's why I'm trailing my stop kind of tight. Because I think this is, so I'm going to go up to 57.65 now. I want to see a clear breakout from there above this second deviation. If we do retrace this candle, then I want to be out. So that'll be securing like 4.5 points, and that's cool on a Friday on options expiration, and even jumping in a trade, which is a mistake. Basically, it's not the strategy, so we'll take what we get. So if you have a mistake trade, you still gotta manage it properly. So if it's a mistake like this and it's going your way, um, don't think like, I mean, you're gonna be lucky and it's just gonna go to the moon. I'm just gonna trail this real tight, secure what I could secure, and that'll be it. So if we do come back to 57.65, I'll be out. Because we still got to break above that second deviation red line right there. And we're getting these wicks to the top here from that. So when you break the low of the candle, the 5-minute candle, I'm going to be out. Right? So the buyers have to keep on buying for me to stay in this. And if it does materialize like that, well, then it'll be a nice Friday. So I'm almost getting stopped out. It's creeping back here while I'm trying to pour on some music. So it's looking like people are taking profit here. If we do break below this candle low, then I'm out. 57.65 just got stopped out there. So let's raise the volume for that. All right, enough of that. So just celebrating a lucky trade here today. Made a mistake on the deviation bands. Got a cutback. Lost the premium subscription on TradingView, but we're making the best of it. And it is what it is, man. Shabbat Shalom. All praises to the Most High Yahuwah for all His blessings, and even through the trials, just holding the faith, and everything will work out in the end. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta have that perseverance going through these trials and stuff, like going through these medical issues and all this craziness, and then not getting paid and still trying to trade and do this thing. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot, man. It's a lot to deal with, but you gotta keep your mind right and keep your mind in the game. And I'm staying strong, man. I'm keeping my mental fortitude nice and secure. You know what I'm saying? So through all the trials, you're still gonna make it in this game. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to everybody in premium tier futures. That's our Discord. And let's see here. Let me take this off. Right. So no need to keep on the music. The trade was short-lived. So that's the profit on the day, 112. You know what I mean? That's cool with me, man, because today's options expiration. I was planning not to trade today at all. So, but I saw that setup and it really wasn't a setup. So I'm lucky to even get that how much was it, like 5 points? No, 4.5 points. Right? So it was 57, 60, 50 entries. So it might continue and push up to 73 and that third upper deviation. Let's see where that third upper deviation is landing right now. Right? It's looking like a slow ascent, but it's still looking like we might push above. This is probably not overnight high. I just didn't adjust those. Right, so it's probably looking like we're probably gonna get to that level if it continues to buy up. So yeah, I'm thankful for adding something to the PA right there on this options expiration day, Friday. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, let me not extend this video too long. It's already 18 minutes. So it's a little live trading. My whole setup is compromised because of this lack of information here on these charts, but we're still gonna make the best of it. I could still do this as I showed you before. On this I'm gonna do my pivots on this here. Where is it? Yes. All right. So right, so this is still going to be my pivots, right? And then on my phone, I'm going to have like the VWAP bands on my phone, right? So I'll be looking at my phone and looking at this too, and then doing my setup from there. And also for bookmap, I'm going to be looking at this guy's stuff here on Think with bookmap. Yeah. So when I want to look at the order flow, even though I can't get the details I want, it's still gonna be enough to do what I need to do. Well, not enough, but it'll do for now, right? So when I come back and I can afford bookmap and all that stuff again, then I'll be back 100%. But right now, It's all compromised to stay in the game. You know what I'm saying? And as you can see here, we're getting that rejection from top central pivot 57.66. And I already showed you that's the second upper deviation where they were taking profit. So it's not bad. We could have secured 2 more points, 2.25 points more. So it's a good read, right? Still a good read because now we're taking profit and they're gonna short from there. All right, y'all. So my strategies work. Just gotta stick with them, right? All right, y'all. It's Malak Shalomo. Shabbat Shalom to everyone, and y'all trade safe and stay blessed.